Yeah, thank you for joining me tonight.
Thanks.
I know we have an exciting conversation in store for the folks listening tonight and in the future. But you're coming to visit me here in Charlottesville, Virginia, at my own clinic, Balanced Bodies, and you're going to be sharing some teachings from the Modern Mystery School because you, Shawn Warnick, are a guide and a healer of the Mystery School, and you've been teaching and healing with them for 10 years now. And I had the benefit of getting to know you about 6 years ago. And I just love everything that the Mystery School does because it has accelerated my own healing path. And I just feel now that I'm 6 years in, I can say I feel fully aligned with my purpose in life. And I have come a great way from where I started when I first met you, and it's wonderful. So I am looking forward to asking you a lot of questions about our Awaken Thyself course and Sacred Geometry 1 that we're going to offer September 30th here. And I'll put in the box the link on my website where people can get more information and the price. But tell us, Shawn, why do you do the Awaken Thyself course? What is it?
The Awaken Thyself is the perfect taster. It's an introductory course, and it gives you a taste of what the modern mystery school offers. The mystery schools for generations, thousands of years, have been on the planet, but they were only offered to royalty or like the medicine men, their family as they passed it down, the higher knowledge of who we are and how we operate in the best way, how we're made. It's an actual ancient science, and the mystery school that I'm a part of originated from the lineage of King Solomon. And if you remember from the Bible, he was known for his wisdom. There's
Mhm.
the story of the woman that had a baby, lived with another woman with a baby, and the one woman died, the baby died, and they were both fighting over the baby. And they brought the problem to King Solomon, and he said, okay, and he came up with cut the living child in two.
Oh gosh.
And yeah,
I remember the story.
yeah. And the real mother says, no, don't hurt the baby. Give it to the other woman. And the other woman says, go ahead and cut the child in two. So that revealed who the real mother was. And that kind of wisdom to cut to the soul of the matter
Mhm.
is what the mysteries are all about. It cuts to the soul of who you are. And the Awaken Thyself program is just a little taster of how the Western mysteries are a little different angle to come to your own spiritual awakening. It's the Eastern mysteries originated in like India and China, and they each had their own uh, sort of teachings that they specialized in. In America, we have yoga around the corner and acupuncture. So our country's kind of, we know about the Far Eastern mysteries and we get a taster of them all around us. But the Western mysteries have been in hiding and we don't know what they're about. But it's very, very powerful to add to your own process of spiritual awakening.
Yes, and I've always had an affinity towards the Western teachings just because of my own heritage and ancestral lineage where I come from and my family that's from Scotland and
Ah,
yeah, in the Highlands. So it's good. Well, yeah, how does this differentiate between the New Age, like teachings? How would you say when somebody said, "Oh, that's New Age"? Because I hear that a lot when I'm like, "You should come. You should learn about this. This is the most powerful tool that I have ever been exposed to." And they're like, "I'm not so into New Age things."
yes. What is the difference? The difference is the lineage. This stuff, King Solomon kind of organized these teachings. They're ancient teachings, processes, and transformation processes, methods, modalities that have been on Earth for thousands of years, and they work for everyone. The new age our whole time, and you will, if a person is interested in learning more about this, the foundation classes explain why, but our whole time period right now in human history, we're exposed to greater sensing of the mystery of the world around us, greater sensing of the energy of other people's emotions, and even thoughts have energy. And so we're surrounded by energy of people around us, and the many people have had their own process of awakening, and they then, and it's part of our spiritual journey that once you have figured out a way that has helped you, you want to share that with other people. So that's what the new age, the things all around us that are available are kind of about. That one person figured a way out, and they want to share their method with other people, but it's not a method that's been proven for thousands of years that works for everyone. So it may help some people, but
Right.
it may not help everyone. And that's the difference with lineage tools. These have been tested by King Solomon and put together in a way that they are beneficial for every person on the planet, no matter where you live, no matter what your background, nationality, all, what issues you've had. It's going to help you. It's going to help you. And the whole process of the transformation sessions from King Solomon is all about aligning who you really are. And that misalignment, it was what causes stress in your life.
Right.
And so many people are drawn to me when they're going through a very stressful time, like a divorce, or perhaps someone close to them passed away, or different big issues, or perhaps they had some big issues in childhood that they know they're just not in alignment. Something's not right within. And they try the transformation sessions. Life activation is what you offer. So many people that you talk to have already had that process.
Right.
And you have a couple other sessions from sacred geometry that you offer. And those things are so helpful to help bring that inner self into alignment. And so many of my clients say that they love to do sessions and classes with me because the stresses in their life don't bother them like they used to.
It's a complete rewiring. I say to my clients, because I integrate this into my own body psychosomatic therapy practice. It's a really, these tools help accelerate when there's really a lot of resistance or blockages for people, and you do something like this, and then they come back to me like, I feel a completely different person. And that's why I love saying that the mysteries are really linked to our biological experiences. When you said how we're becoming more aware of emotions, I mean, this is like the trend of the day. Everybody's aware of everybody's emotions, right? They're plastered all over our bodies, and like everything you see on TV and in the news, like emotions are rising in everybody and they're being dealt with. But our emotions are really tied to the cosmos, our like blueprint. And I watched this documentary the other day, Awaken, on Gaia TV. And I love the analogy that they use, that the soul, an individual soul, because we all here on planet Earth are souls, that we are individuations of this fuller, you mentioned the blueprint or God or the imagination of God or the universe, right? And that we're no different. The analogy was the ocean, and that each soul is a wave. The wave is no different than the ocean. It's just a rising up and an expression of the ocean. And I really thought that was such a beautiful analogy, to think that we're all unique, we're all different, but we're all one, and we're all designed from the same fabric. And this is what I love about sacred geometry, because when you learn sacred geometry, you can apply it anywhere you go. and you can experience an ascension of vibrational energy, and it makes you feel more at ease in your body. And
Mhm.
it's also protective. I use it when my kids start fighting in the house. I'll grid my room and I'll do some calling upon rituals that I've learned from Empower Thyself initiation. And we use these words in the mystery school: activations, initiations, rituals, because they're very powerful, and they shift the space. Within 5 minutes of big turmoil in my house, if I grid the space, things just settle.
Nice.
It's very subtle. These changes are so powerful, but yet so subtle, because when you have something really painful or tumultuous going on in your life, and then all of a sudden when you don't have that, you don't even notice, right? Because you're just living life with abundance and joy and ease, and it's not really on your mind. So the mystery school teachings have kind of crept up on me. Because when I looked back after 2 years, when I first met you, and doing Sacred Geometry 1 and getting my life activation and even doing Empower Thyself, it was like, whoa, there's major shifts that happen. And this is why I'm loving that we're doing the Awaken Thyself, because you're going to give us a sampling of the types of rituals that are taught, these shamanistic tools. You're even going to show us how to draw our own magic circle, which is a protective circle.
Mhm.
And I just want to know a little bit more. This is one of the reasons I love when you come to Charlottesville, Shawn, because you live in Pennsylvania now, and I have to travel far distances to get access to the mystery school, because these teachings are handed down in person. It's not something that we do online or at a distance. And when you come, you always have a full menu card of healings that I can access from you. And I know that's one of the joys that I'm looking forward to this time when you're coming. I'm having a celestial star code healing.
Mhm.
And I know we're finishing up on some healings to follow up on my galactic activation.
Mhm.
In the past, I've had, the full spirit and the fire spirit. What is it called?
There's two of them, the full spirit and the fire soul activation.
I'm getting them both. And then, of course,
Got them both, yes.
when you came here to help me set a sacred geometry grid in my house, when we
Mhm.
first built this house where we are now, um, you gave me the soul retrieval.
Yes.
That was so powerful for me, just being a body psychotherapist and understanding trauma and what stress and overwhelm does to us, and especially in this world that we come into. It's really about collecting the pieces of your soul, that your psyche that's fragmented from trauma. And
Mhm.
that was such a powerful healing for me.
Mhm.
It was a 180 after that, and the fact that we have the grid in my house,
Right.
we using the sacred geometry. Um, it's just, tell us more about some of these healings that you offer.
Yes, the three that I would recommend for people who have already done life activation, and depends on what's going on in your life, is definitely the soul retrieval, and we do this in a hermetic way. It's the teachings in the lineage of King Solomon from the mystery school are very much from the teachings of Hermes, and the hermetic soul retrieval is very powerful in bringing together those lost pieces of your energy field that shatter off when you go through very stressful times. And it's all the sessions from the mysteries are just, it's not a massage that you have to do again and again. It's more like a path of transformation.
Right.
So each one is a step, and you can take it at your own pace. But I encourage you to take advantage of me when I'm in your area, to take your next step. And the hermetic soul retrieval would be a great choice. The full spirit activation is kind of called the second step to the life activation. So it's very, very powerful to have it. My own experience of it, I was doing meditations and kind of going through a process of awakening before I found, and then I found the Modern Mystery School, and these things seem to like really push me through my process in a very gentle but faster way. And before I had full spirit activation, I was meditating and connecting to Mother Nature, and kind of asking I live in the woods. I kind of asking energetically the trees to push me up to spirit. And then I did the full spirit activation. And when I went in meditation, it's like, oh, I'm already there. It was like a big shift in the way I sensed the spiritual energies. And it was really cool. So yeah, and it's different for everyone. How you perceive it will be different, but it's a very, very powerful healing in that step of progression from King Solomon. Another great one, and it's your choice, but the three I would highly recommend is soul retrieval, full spirit activation, or fire soul activation. Fire soul activation is based on the Hindu Vedas, and some of the yogas that they practice is I think power yoga is Kundalini yoga, or it's very much about awakening. The yoga is about awakening that process, that fire within that goes up the caduceus in
up the spine.
medical symbol, up the spine. Yes. So the fire soul activation is the Western mysteries way to open up that channel for you. And it's very foundational. It's very transformational. So any one, and unfortunately, it's best to only have one session at least a week apart. And I'm only down there that weekend. So you'll have to choose one, not all three. Any one of those sessions would be really great for a person that's already had life activation.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's important piece to integrate these energies, because they're very, I mean, everybody experiences it differently.
Mm-hmm.
You experience energy. That's why I love giving life activations, because each time I work with somebody, it's a very different experience and very meaningful. You can't put words on it, can we? It's just the experience. I love, one of my big intentions when I started this work was to have access to my dream life and to my subconscious, because I knew that if I could take on or remember my dreams and understand more of what was happening on a subconscious level, I would be able to manifest as well, like a magician, right? use the forces of nature at my will, at my bidding. And that has very much happened for me using these tools. And that was one of the things about a lot of these activations or healings that I've had through you, and even at the mystery school in Toronto, is being able to access the spirituality or the spirit realm, and at any point, you know, it's just like doors open, and your ascension, each step that you take, you ascend. You don't ever step back. At least that's not my experience.
Right. We might hit some resistance here and there, but
there's
very much accelerates your process.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So good to talk to you, and I'm looking forward to coming down.
I am too, Shawn. I can't wait. So I hope everyone, if you're interested, if you have questions, you can email me at pediatriccst@gmail.com. I will also have a link here to my website